What's up, guys? This is Big D, and I am the Grim Rider, and I'm back once again with yet another Motovlog. I'm out on Grim today, and right behind me, and I'll show you a little clip here, is my beautiful wife, and she is riding her own bike today. We are out on, it's a little bit of a warm day today, but this is a little bit longer ride than what we typically do together on any given single day, so I figure I actually have time to do this. And this particular video, I'm going to be answering some questions. Now, sometime back, I put up a video where I wanted to do a Q&A, and I wanted you guys to ask me some questions. And I wanted to wait until I had several questions from several different people, and I don't know if I just didn't use my tags right or what happened, but that video didn't really get seen very much. And so I only had one of my subscribers comment on that video asking me some questions, and so I put it off waiting to see if I was going to get any other questions. And and then on top of that, I simply haven't had the time. I've been filming so many other videos since then that I wouldn't have had a chance to do it anyways. But I figure, you know what, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm going to get it done. We're going to do it. And since it was only the one comment, he had 8 separate questions. So we're going to do them. Depending on how long I feel like I'm taking, I might end up cutting this off at 4 questions and then doing a part 2 where I'll answer the other 4. We'll just kind of start and see where we go from there. So, with that being said, let's get into it. These questions were left in the comment section by Buddy, and Buddy again had asked 8 separate questions, so we're going to get into at least the top 4. We'll see if I get in the other 4 in this video if we do a part 2. So to start off with, question number 1: what made me start doing videos? I may or may not have answered this question at some other point in time, or even with just talking about like the history of the channel and things like that. But either way, what made me start doing videos is I wanted a video documentation of places that I've gone, places that I've rode to, and things that I've seen. I think part of that comes from my mother. She doesn't do video, but she takes a lot of pictures from all the different vacations that we might have taken as a family when we were kids, or whether it was just birthday parties or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. If it's some kind of event or some kind of life-changing thing, like my wedding or my brother's wedding, she's there with a camera just snapping away. And it's great because we have a lot of memories. Fortunately, we're very fortunate for this, that we have a lot of memories that we can look back on because of all these pictures. But my thing is that a picture only captures a split second of time, just a single moment in history, where as a camera, for instance, I am catching all of this right now. I am catching whatever it is I point that camera at for as long as I see fit, or for as long as the battery lasts me, or nowadays, however long my memory card lasts me. You know, I know of over the years, you know, that would be a little more limited with whatever tape you're using or whatever, you know, with older cameras and such. But nowadays, obviously, they mostly just take memory cards and things. So however long my battery memory card will last, I can capture as much as I feel like it. So video for me, just obviously I can capture so much more, and therefore I can document so much more as far as my memories and things that I've done and seen and things of that nature. So when I started riding, the first video that I shot, and I didn't have road footage like this in that video. I only had a handheld camera to work with at the time, but the first video I shot was back in 2012, and I had already joined this the riding club that I'm with, and we had already started our chapter by this point, but we were taking a 3-day weekend to go to the Blessing of the Bikes in Baldwin, Michigan. And the first time that any of us had ever done anything like this and taken a trip like this on a motorcycle. So I wanted to document that in some way, because I didn't know if I would ever get the chance to get back up there again, or if I did, how much longer it would take me to get back up there again. So I wanted to document that. That's just something I'd never seen before, and it's something I wanted to be able to look back on, so the video was the perfect way to do that. Excuse me. So, I shot the video, and I made a little video out of it, and I didn't post it on YouTube right away. I just kind of kept it for my own, record, really. But after a couple years, and going to that event for a couple years, I realized, a few of the other club members might want to see this too. So I started a YouTube channel for the club, specifically just so I can put those videos on there, and so that the rest of my club members could see those videos. And eventually that just led to me filming other rides that we were doing. And again, not with really an audience in mind, just doing it for myself, doing it for the club members. And I figure, well, if anybody else comes across this and wants to watch it, great, that's wonderful. And it kind of just evolved from there, from just doing it for myself to putting videos and content together for an audience. But that's really where that started for me. So, question number 2. Do I work on my own bikes? Two-part answer. First of all, no, I don't. Not now, anyway. Not on this bike, and not on the Undertaker. I'm the kind of guy who seems that I can take about anything apart, but getting it back together and working correctly, that's a whole nother story. I can get it back together, but most likely I'll wind up with some extra screws or bolts or something, and have no idea how and why that happened. And of course, obviously now it ain't gonna work right, and it's just a real pain. That also leads to my next point is I don't have the patience for that. I really don't. I am a very, very impatient person. I hate to admit that because it is a fault, and nobody wants to admit their own faults, right? But that is a fault of mine. My patience wears very thin very fast. I've told at least a few people at work, and probably even Nick the Noob, talking to him one night, where I said, the way I see it and the way I feel about it is I have a very short but long burning fuse. I lose my patience very quickly, but I don't necessarily blow up. I kind of just walk away from the situation, or just get away from it and vent to myself, really. But I just don't have the patience to work on my own bike. Second part of that answer is I've worked on some projects, some bikes in the past, but they weren't newer bikes like, say, this one, or even the Road King, the Undertaker. They were older bikes. My first bike that I ever owned was it was a 86 or an 87 Honda Rebel 250. It was a little beat up when I bought it. Hey, buddy, I'm already doing like 65. Let's see, that was necessary. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh. So the 80s 86 or 87 Honda Rebel 250. I want to say it was an 87, but it was already beat up a little bit when I bought it. So I didn't really mind working on that a little bit. You know, it was already kind of beat up. So if I mess something up, no harm, no foul to me, you know. But I'd hate to do something to say, you know, this bike, and, you know, then it voids my warranty or something, and then nothing works right, and then I got to pay who knows how much to get it into a shop and fix it. It's just, I don't even want to take the risk of messing up something like this. But again, I had worked on that project and it was an 82 or 83 little Honda chopper I had at one point. And I took a bunch of that apart and changed some parts out on it and stuff. But, you know, those older bikes, that's another thing, too, is they're a little bit easier to work on. You know, things aren't as wired together with computers and stuff as they are now, and you get some little more room to work on things. So it was just different, you know, with those bikes. And there was a part of me that did enjoy working on those bikes. I don't enjoy working on my bikes. That's another part of it too. It's not something that I enjoy doing, but those older projects that, you know, that's just what they were, and I knew going into it that's what it was. It was just a little project just to tinker around with. I did enjoy that, and it's something that I would like to look into to doing again, and I've thrown the idea around lately with Nick the Noob. I didn't want to spoil that, and I mean, we haven't gotten to that point yet of doing that, but we've talked about it several times, and we're throwing around the idea of how we can go about doing it. And there's my wife right there. Going about how we could afford to do something like that, because neither of us really have the extra spending money to do that right now anyhow. So, but if we can figure out a way to do it, that might happen in the future at some point. So, yeah, that was kind of a long answer, but no, I don't work on my bikes now, but I would like to get another project to tinker with later on. So, question number 3. Where is my favorite place to ride? I don't have just one single answer for that. And usually, and again, I've said this with another video I've answered questions with. And normally, with me, you don't get just simple cut and dry answers. This is another one. I'll try to make that a little short and sweet, though. Favorite place is the Smoky Mountains. I absolutely loved it. I've only made it down there the one time, and I absolutely loved it, and I would love to get back down there again. I enjoyed the Tail of the Dragon. I enjoyed Blue Ridge Parkway. I enjoyed that so much, and it was such a blast. And on top of that, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, absolutely love it. Just being able to ride next to the lakes, you know, the Great Lakes, and really, I guess it boils down to, and those are just, you know, those areas stick out in my mind because the scenery is so different compared to where I typically get to ride. Where I ride down towards home, everything mostly is just flat farmland. There's nothing around. It gets very dull and very boring very fast. So getting into those areas, it's completely different. And I absolutely love it. I love being able to ride somewhere that's got some scenery. And the Smoky Mountains and the Upper Peninsula of my home state of Michigan is just two places that stand out in my mind as my favorite places to go. I would love to get back up to either one of them. I'd go up there today, or down there today, if I could, right this minute, and not come back for a couple weeks. So, favorite places to ride, Smoky Mountains and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And question number 4, what is on my bucket list of rides? You know, I don't have as long of a bucket list of rides as I think many other people would. And when I was thinking about it to do this video, it was surprising to me also that I didn't have very many. But first off, the Black Hills of South Dakota. I would love to get over there and do some riding. I've seen some pictures, I've seen some video, and it just looks like it's so much fun. And again, it's that scenery aspect. I want to see something more than what you're seeing right now, this cornfield. I'm sick and tired of seeing it. So I would love to get out there and check out the Black Hills of South Dakota. I would like to see more of the Smoky Mountains. I obviously I just mentioned the favorite places to ride, but even when I went down there and we rode down in the mountains for about a week, and I only got to see parts of the Smoky Mountains. I want to get back down there and I want to see even more of it. Blue Ridge Parkway was one of my favorite roads and routes to take, and we only went so far, and I don't even think we went halfway, to be quite honest. I would love to see so much more of that. So that's on my bucket list, to get back down there and explore even more of the Smoky Mountains. And last, but certainly not least on my bucket list, and this one, to be quite honest, it's on my bucket list to probably stay there because I highly doubt that this would ever be a thing. And honestly, I don't even know exactly where these places were. I'd have to watch their videos again to see some of the places that I would actually like to go to and ride. But I'm subscribed to a channel called Bunny King Hogs, and Brian and Caroline, they ride all over the place. And every time I watch one of their videos, I get so jealous of everywhere they go because the scenery is always gorgeous. They're next to the water, they're up in mountains, they're winding down these windy roads, and it's so beautiful every single time I watch one of their videos. It is on my bucket list that I would love to just fly over there. And whether it's with my own bike or a different bike or whatever, as long as I got a bike to ride, and just have them be basically my tour guides, and just take me around to several of these places that they've gone to, and just show me around. I would love that. That is a dream, a definite dream. Because again, I don't ever see that happening, unfortunately. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of money. So it's just not going to be a thing. But but one can dream, and I can dream, and my dream would be that I could fly over there and have Brian and Caroline just, give me a tour of some of their favorite spots they've been to and just ride all over there. And then they're over in England and Europe, where they've had their videos and where they go riding and stuff, and probably didn't mention that, probably should have, but that's where they're at, and I get so jealous every time I watch one of their videos. So definite bucket list, but most likely just a dream. So I've been rambling for quite a while now, and I don't want to drag this on too long. So that was only 4 questions of the 8. So I'm going to cut this video off right here, and I'm going to end up having to do a part 2 to this video where I will answer the other 4 questions. So I want to thank Buddy for these questions, and I will get to the rest of them in part 2 of this video. So if you guys like this video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't done it already, well, then be sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you can become part of the Grim Crew, so that you don't miss out on any other videos, which includes part 2 of this video where I answer the rest of these questions, but also other motovlogs, other ride videos for events and road stories, and etc., etc. There's so much content on this channel, you guys, and I'd like to think that there's something out there for everybody. So with that being said, I am Big D, I am the Grim Rider, and until next time, we will catch you down the road.